anyway, uh, it was great. Great interview. Real short, sweet, probably the way it should be. And guy was really nice. Um, and he just wanted to know the facts. He said, "So you wrote on your application, open any availability?" And I said, "Basically, yes." And he said, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Hello, hello, how are you?" And uh, I, s- I said, "Well," um, I said, "Well, no." He didn't ask me any personal stuff in the interview. So I said, "Well, I take off 4 days a year: Mother's Day, Father's Day, my mother's birthday, and my father's birthday." And he was like, "Really?" And I said, "Yes." And so he says, "Well, uh, you know," I said, "Well, what kind of hours are we talking?" And he's like, "Well, we can't like really go to 40 because they don't want to, do the insurance thing." I said, "I'm good." And uh, I said, "I'll work, you know, uh, up to 40, pretty close to it, or overtime, whatever. I don't care." He's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "You call me in, whatever." So he says, I said, "What kind of hours are we talking?" And he's like, he gave me the shifts and stuff. That's all like the same shifts. Um, and I like the hours, really, I do. They're okay. I can work it. Um, Probably with no problem. I just that retail clothing job where they wanted me to be there at 6 in the morning to be at the store at 6 when it opens at 9 or 10. That just sounds really strange. Or I'm doing somebody else's work that wasn't done the night before in management. That's what it sounds like to me. So anyway, um, I said, "Sounds great." And he goes, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, the pay is not $1 million or anything." He said, "But um, the state pay is 12 an hour." And I said, "No." I said, "It just was raised 30 days ago to 11." He said, "No, they actually went in and revoted it, and the 12 is in effect now." Wow. I was like, "Really?" And he said, "Oh yeah." And he said, even Walmart's already changed their payroll to 14 because they always like to pay a little bit more than everybody else so they can get people. And I said, "Really?" So I was like, "Wow." Works for me. Because it's, a little simple type job. So um, I was supposed to do demo cooking yesterday at Sam's Club. They give you like 3 shifts a week for like 4 or 5 hours or something, and they have to do background check on you and all this kind of junk. And um, I didn't even bother to go to that interview because I had other interviews, and so I canceled it like 3 hours before. So I I'm really glad. It was good conversation. The manager called me on his day off, talked to me for a minute. I didn't want to take too much of his time because he wasn't on the clock. And he seemed very nice. And when I met him in person, he was very nice. I think it'll be okay. I like the job. It's an intricate but simple job. And we'll see what happens. I'm really appreciative of the hours. And I was hired on the spot in an interview that was like maybe 6 minutes total. The guy's like, "Okay, I'll take you." That's what I'm talking about. This dancing around for an hour and 2 hours and 2.5 hour interviews is retarded. There's no reason for all that, and multiple interviews. I mean, I applied for Walmart like 5 years ago. I did like 5 interviews. It might have been 6. And that was ridiculous. And then was called 6 months later to be hired. It was like, really? Of course, I would have a job 6 months later. But anyway, so I'm excited about it. And I start in just a few days. It sounds like it might be really a winner. I wanted to work actually there for about 3 years, and they never hiring. I was asked to work there like 8 years ago by a store manager that was there and said, you should really apply. And I'm like, nah. Um, and it's like, we would really love to have you. And I'm like, nah. So, we'll see what happens. But I took the job. That's right. And then I'm supposed to work this evening at my other job, or this afternoon at my other job, my little stupid job that I love. Um, and I had a blast last night working with my friends. So I'm just trying to keep that revenue going, man. Every day counts. Every day counts. Always remember that. Make sure every day is a profitable day, some way, somehow. Very important. So, uh, anyway, we'll see what happens. So I'll talk to you guys later. Just wanted to give you a cool update, and I'll talk to you later. I love you. Do something kind for a stranger. I'll see you in the next one.